Hello and welcome back, Guardians, another video. We're starting again with the Nightfall guides, and this week I'll start with the Inside Terminus. The reason I haven't done any Nightfall guides for the last couple of weeks is pretty much, Forsaken was a big expansion. Everyone is just gonna go and explore what's new. Leveling up is in a different way now, so I thought you guys can have fun. Starting off with a card now, we put this up with only 5 power handicap. Went for Solar Singe. Match game is still amazing in this game. Momentum for this run, and Extinguish. Extinguish and Match game will be pretty much I think in all of my Nightfalls. Those are like the best perks ever. And you got like a 2.8, which is amazing. You can, however, if you don't like momentum, because regenerating health is something that you're really depending on, and you never play with that. You could switch it for something else, but I can tell you this much: all the perks actually work as they should. So yes, everything is in the right place now. Used to be this one called Iron where it didn't really work, so I'd love to use that one too. It actually does work now. Enemies actually do not stagger at all. So yeah. About this Nightfall, it used to be a PlayStation exclusive strike, so I did play this for a couple of times. I know where enemies spawn, what's going on. For match game, I'm giving you a heads up. You need all 3 colors of you need Solar, Void, and Arc to break shields. You're gonna get them all, so count on that. The reason I'm not showing off everyone's classes now, because there's a lot you can choose in between, and I don't think there is something like a bad class. The one thing that I kept using in my Nightfalls again is Tether. Tether is always a good one, especially if you get a lot of ads, which is this Nightfall. Like there's the boss fight, which you get loads of ads, and there's in the middle where you actually, before you go to the boss fight, you get a ton of Cabal as well. So Tether is always a good thing. I choose to play with the Warlock, going with Void. Pretty much, I want to try my new supers, and they're actually not bad. They're actually really amazing. Like I'm really impressed by all the new supers that Bungie made. In a way, they always have a special thing. Like all 3 new supers, the last perk, how it can actually really either way help you regenning and getting more DPS in bosses and enemies. So yeah, all 3 supers amazing. The last super that we're using is Hammers. Chablo is playing with Hammers. It's always been a good super, still a good one. So even our supers is we have 2 Voids and then 1 Solar. I'm playing with the bow. To be quite fair, I do not like the scouts anymore in a secondary with a burn on, especially when you have to pick up primary ammo for that. They don't feel that powerful anymore. Bows to me, shotguns to me, snipers to me in the secondary actually do feel amazingly good. So it's up to you guys, like who in the team's gonna have the Arc, who in the team's gonna have the Voids, and who's gonna have the Solar, and what sort of weapon you're planning to use. Bear in mind, with shotguns you need to be close to enemies, and depending on your light level, if you're anything below 530 while doing this Nightfall, that's something you want to keep an eye on. That if you're running with a shotgun, because that's Solar or that's Arc or that's Void, and you feel like that's your choice, you're also facing a lot of enemies. You can die quite easily, so that's really up to you. Quite simply, I would definitely suggest try out a bow if you haven't played with a bow yet. Bows are actually really good. Like for me, it's always 2 bows and it takes down a shield no matter what the ad is. It could be yellow bar, it could be a normal red bar, doesn't matter. Shield always goes down with 2 shots, which is pretty good. At this point, I am a 542 while in the Nightfall. So because it's -5, my normal light level would be a 547. So yeah, lowering the light level to 545. It's not that bad. Uh, on top of that, about this Nightfall, when you come up here, by the way, the yellow bar we just saw, you have to kill him. You just have to kill him. He's just hiding. So you can do two things here, like either way send two of your friends and they go and look what's going on. If he's still hiding, you know why, he's still safe, or everyone just go up like us and, you know, just melt the boss down. Another thing too, like both of my teammates, they're using Sleeper. This is no secret in Destiny right now that the Sleeper is actually a really good heavy. I'm not saying the other heavies are bad, don't get me wrong, but the Sleeper is it's absolutely a good one. Not only in Gambit, because everyone's aware of that, you know, Sleeper should be probably the one in Gambit, but also in Nightfalls and in Strikes and in Raids, the Sleeper is actually in a really good spot. Depends on if you really love snipers like me, like I really enjoy using snipers. You probably go for the Whisper, but if you don't have the Whisper yet, Sleeper is a really good one. It's also the very same reason why we choose to play with Solar Singe, even though we know that most of the Cabal, like some of the Cabals can actually shoot Solar. It felt pretty okay, because sometimes Cabals do shoot with arc, but you also have the Solar ones. But yeah, knowing that we're gonna have the upper hand with our heavies is the reason why we choose Solar. On top of that, Solar is only on Cabals, not a lot of enemies in this game so far. And we know there's Minotaurs, there's a Scion in the end, the boss. He's Void, Minotaurs are Void, so you're fine for those. So we're coming down to the middle of the Nightfall now. On this side, everything in the middle, everything will pretty much go into the middle, and then we'll see the signs. Totally forgot about them. They are actually Solar snipers. Totally forgot about that. But to go on further, the snipers will always stay to the side of the map, while all the Cabals will basically just gather up in the middle. And if you stay too long in one spot, eventually they will come up closer and closer to you. As you can see now, the clear thing, like one Cabal is actually shooting Solar there, while some of them actually did shot arc. But yeah, moving on. What this part is up to is the boss Kargan. He's gonna go away and he's gonna shut you down. So you're gonna have to open that door there, the ones that he's closing now. And basically, to open up this, you have to kill 2 yellow bar captains, Cabals. The Cabals will always drop with orb in like a ship in the middle, while some of them will come out of a teleporter, and then again Science snipers to your left and right. So pay attention. Try not to stick in one spot, everyone. If you're sticking in one spot with all your teammates, could be a really bad thing, unless the one spot's in the middle. Then yeah, pretty much you're tanking out because you are in for a good fight then. So I highly suggest like split over, you know, call out the snipers. The snipers are the most important things. Another thing is I did not show off armor. Everyone's armor is different now. Now finally in Destiny, you're setting up your whole character how you're playing. If you're a really aggressive player, maybe you need more resilience. That's what you're gonna set up for. My build right here is I think a 2 for mobility. Don't really need that. I think a 2 also for resilience, and then 9 or 8. And I think, no, my bad, 8 for recovery. In my opinion, for my gameplay style, I need a lot of recovery. Like, I do not like to stand and wait for you know, like 3 seconds or something just to get my health regen. I want it really quick as possible. I do know that I'm using momentum now, so it all comes down to momentum. But yeah, like in generally, that's my gameplay style. I like recovery more than anything. If I could go, I'd probably go to 10 recovery and lower everything else. Doesn't matter to me. It's really helpful. So as you see now, we're taking down the captains again. Also the Cabal guys, they can't actually one-shot me out of my super now. Used to be like that in I remember in the first week when I was like I think 5:30. Yeah, I was around 5:30, and that was actually fairly easy. Bear in mind, after you pick up the last ball, this Colossus is gonna spawn. You wanna take him down. He is not gonna leave the field, so you wanna take him down. Colossus, that guy is like the most annoying one. As you go and dunk the balls, there's two to dunk. One's already been done by my teammate, so now I'm going for the second one. Have one teammate either way distract them or destroying the enemies there or tether the ground. It's really helpful. If you don't do that, you might actually end up dying. And once this door opens up, it's always guaranteed there's going to be a bunch of Vex and one Minotaur, and all the heads are shut down, and which means they're playing really aggressive then. If you shoot a Vex's head, he's always really aggressive. They don't stop shooting. They will keep shooting non-stop. So bear that in mind. Once you open the door, either way back off or just, have a super ready or have a tether ready to deal with that. Right here I have my super ready, so yeah, took most of them down, but they could be, and they also shoot solar. Bear that in mind. Like those, they do actually shoot solar, which could be, could actually lead up to an end if you don't play careful. So now we're basically making our way up to the boss. A little bit about this boss Kargan. So he's one of those really big Saiyan guys that, he's a bigger version of the smaller ones pretty much. But he doesn't snipe. He doesn't snipe like the smaller ones, which probably if he'd be doing that, you'd be a one-shot no matter your light level, since he's a boss. But he does some other weird, he does the attack with his grenade throwing on the ground. So pretty much that's basically what his only attack is, and that's it, nothing else. But he could be still pretty destructive, so bear that in mind. So far, Nightfall specific loot, I know the question is gonna raise up like, oh, did you guys get it and what is it? None of us get something, so I can't say for sure what it is. The one thing I will highly suggest is if you guys actually did get something out of this one and it's Nightfall specific loot, by all means post it down in the comments down below, so it's good for everyone to know what's new for this Nightfall. The one thing that I can guarantee is that Bungie did say that every Nightfall will have a specific Nightfall loot. So for the start of the fight, the boss goes up top. You want to take the middle plate. Bear in mind, you have to stay on the plate until the boss comes down. As soon as an ad drops in the bubble in the middle plate as well, it will stop. It will stop going up, so you have to kill all the ads. So tether comes in fairly handy in this one. As you keep fighting the boss, ads will keep spawning in the game. They will always try to go to the middle. So if you're tethering, try to tether left or right. If everyone's staying in a specific spot, for example, we just stood in the back there. Like the back's actually the best place to stay. You don't specifically have to stay with all three unless you're continuously gonna doing one super after another. Then it's fine to stay in one group. Tether guy will keep tethering. The other two, can throw hammers. You could even, use an Arc Strider. Arc Strider is pretty good for this. But bear in mind, as soon as you just keep shooting the boss, as the boss's health goes down, as soon as he's on middle, he will go up like in probably like 1.5 seconds. The reason I'm saying this, I know like some people actually love to try one-facing a boss. This one is a pretty hard one. We one-faced him once with equal shotguns back in the days, and yeah, it took us like 20 tries or something to actually get it done. He's actually a fairly good one to actually go away. And once he's go up again, you don't have to take only the middle plate, but also the left and the right side plate. You can choose wherever you want to start. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do them all three at the same time. You can do one at a time. But the thing is, you have to get the plate done. And by that, what I mean is, you have to stay on it for a fairly long time. These plates actually don't go up that quick. So as you see there, Cabal steps into it, it's red. So yeah, start over again. So this is a pretty hard one. It goes down, it goes up fairly slow, which could be annoying. So we got one there. Yeah, that one's still not up. You'll always see like the red markings around it. So that's one way for you to know. Bow again, amazing. Actually, you'll see actually at some point I'll be shooting one of those guys that actually take a lot of, they do have a lot of health on them, and the bow actually keeps staggering them, which honestly amazed me. Like these guys with the knives, I did not expect that. I didn't expect it. So by all means, give it a try. But bear in mind, these guys will keep spawning in the game, endless. Like until you're trying to cap the plate, they will give you like maybe 30 seconds of gameplay, and if you can't get the plates, they will keep coming in the game. They'll come in, and if you can't kill them as fast as possible, they'll keep spawning in, so you'll never see the break that you're supposed to get. So right here you see like we're getting a break, the portal's still moving, there you go, they're back in the game. At this point, yeah, we're just trying to tether, grab our supers back, so last plate has still be done. There we go. So we're going for the last plate. Healing Rift could be a good one. Also, if an ad stands with you inside on the plate while you're on the plate as well, they will still give the upper hand to the ad stand. You're not capping the plate. Basically, the ads can actually take it down. Also, watch out for dogs. They can be fairly annoying. The dogs are actually really aggressive. On the last part also, the only type of shield that you'll see is void shields, no other shields. So yeah, at this point you can basically either way, you know, exactly like let's say for a void grenade, for example, you know, can be very handy if you have a void grenade. Smoke grenades are actually really good for this part as well. And once the boss drops down, I would say pretty much the easiest way to deal with this boss would be split your team, stay in the back like I said, and you know, if someone's on the boss or the boss is on someone, they just call it out like, okay, boss is on me, so someone else can start sniping off the boss or use your sleeper on the boss or whatever heavy you want to use on the boss. But that's basically the, like in my opinion, that would be the easiest way to take him down. And always keep using supers, never save your super. If you have one, keep using them. You use it, your teammates can use theirs. You know, you guys can grab each other's orbs, you know, play supers. Playing supers is way more fun than actually playing with the guns. So, and on top of that, it's good for survival. If, however, this is still a hard one, I'll say this right now. If you guys come up and tell me like, you know, my light level is actually still really low, what am I doing wrong? Well, probably milestones. And if you tell me you do all your milestones, then just post a message and I'll see into it what I can do. But from what I can tell is for most of the stuff I've been ranking up solo to this light level, except for obviously doing raids and nightfalls, but that's it pretty much. Everything else is, it's not that hard in this game to level up. But yeah, you can always use some tips and tricks to get this. And another thing to note, you want to do nightfalls. Yeah, it's kind of weird that I'm saying this way in the end, but bear in mind you can do nightfalls. Just do a normal run, and after that the high score run. You do not have to do the high score run at the same time, because I did test this one out on my warlock. If you go into the beginning, you'll see I had I still had an engram for normal and one for the high score. And while I'm gonna, in the end, you'll actually see that I get 2 drops, a primary gun, and I think some boots, and they drop at the exact same light level. So for example, if I do them apart, one could have dropped higher than the other one. But yeah, pretty much this is it for the Nightfall. I do hope you guys enjoyed the run. If you did, likes much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more. More Nightfall guides will come up over the week. As in for more stuff that you can get your powerful engrams from will also come up for the next of the week. I'll try and post up more videos than I've been, because now I'm actually ready to do it. I've done pretty much all my stuff, so I'm actually ready to go and actually make some videos again for this. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys on my next video.
Here labeled Oxa. It's heavily corrupted, but I'm able to make out M-Sund 12 from the access log. What is Oxa, and who was M-Sund 12?
Those are questions for another day, I suppose. But for now, well done.